Well, here we stand on the TikTok app where this will not go up on any For You pages. It'll be on my profile and nothing else. But still, I figured I'd do this anyways. I technically missed my upload yesterday because I do 2 uploads a day, if you aren't aware. Again, no one's seeing this. I don't know why I'm pretending like I'm talking to anyone. But yeah, I figured I'd do this where I just yap at the camera. Hopefully not for 9 minutes. I did do a take of this earlier. I looked through it and I was like, I'm not talking fast enough. I feel like I need to talk a little faster, right? And that's something that I've been trying to learn as well while being on TikTok, right? Because at first, before I started making skits, people might have seen that I made just yapping content where I just yapped at a camera. I easily ran out of things to talk about. I just run out of things to talk about. It's really difficult to come up with things sometimes. And then I came to doing skits, and skits are actually really fun, and I actually enjoy the idea of doing skits. It's been a little difficult because I've been pushing myself to do 2 videos a day in general. And that I feel like I should not be doing that, but it's something I just want to keep pushing myself. I like pushing myself to do that. It's like I'm holding myself accountable, right? And that being said, I've been having horrible imposter syndrome because sometimes I'll upload a video. Like I made a Apothecary Diaries skit. That's all about my content has been, I feel like. Well, there's a lot of has-been skits, but no one watches those anyway. So, but I uploaded a Apothecary Diaries skit where Mau Mau gets captured, and I named the what do I call them? The kidnappers, like funny little names and stuff like that. It was like 2 minutes long. It should have been shorter. I need to really work on making my skits shorter because they keep being like 2 minutes, and I keep saying to myself before I start the skit, you're aiming for 1 minute and 20 seconds. I blow past it every time. And ultimately, if the skit is good, that's fine. I want it to be a little shorter because this is a shorts app, and true, people have shorter attention spans in general, but that's also promoted by the platform. And you know what is also promoted by platforms? Toxic fandoms. And I this is a really good segue because I sort of wrote about this in a philosophy assignment that I did, and where I actually talked about the trolley problem. I'm kidding. We're not talking about the trolley problem. But I wrote about this in a philosophy assignment, where basically I was asking / answering the question, are fans and fandom inherently toxic? And my answer was, no, they are not. At the core of it, fans and fandom culture are just a bunch of people who something makes them happy, or a celebrity's work makes them happy, or whatever creative work makes them happy, and they just like talking about it. That's it. It only becomes toxic when parasocial people and their behaviors are up, their loud voices become characterized as the rest of the fandom. Like that happens with the My Hero fandom, where like the people who make the sounds that are like, kissing me so lightly, gotcha. I did that in the last take too. I hated it both times. But the people who are making shit like that are like characterized as the whole fandom, when in reality, most of the fandom who are not those people look at those people and they're like, wow, those people are freaks. But then they also mischaracterize their own fandom in that case. And that's how you get stuff like, oh yeah, My Hero's great, just ignore the fandom though. But in reality, you make the fandom. You can make the fandom. So those people who say, oh yeah, just ignore the fandom, you can make the fandom a less toxic place, right? You can be the voices that drown out those much louder voices, the people who are freaks, the people who make your fandom mischaracterized, right? And there's also the element of like parasocialness with like celebrities and stuff like that. This is like relevant to me with like Twitch streamers, right? Because I don't watch Twitch because I'm just not very good at sitting down there and doing that, and it doesn't really interest me. And most of the time it doesn't. For some creators, I'll get a couple bits, or I'll watch the VOD or pieces of the VOD or whatever, unrelated. But that's like a part where people are also parasocial with streamers and stuff like that. And, with celebrities in general, you think of stuff like paparazzi and stuff like that, trying to take whatever gross picture, like they're on the floor trying to get up a picture of like some celebrity's dress or something like that. And it's really gross. And to that, I say that parasocial behavior is actually encouraged by our institutions, and in the realm of like the internet, because I can't go too much in on Hollywood because I don't know everything about Hollywood. I know much more about like internet stuff, and for like stuff like Patreon, Twitch, and even more 18 plus platforms like OF and Fansly. Very what's the word consistent, like constant reward that is often like a reward for people who pay a lot of money is, oh, you get to like DM your creator, you can talk to them. And it sort of encourages like parasocial like behavior with people. People with audience and creator, where they feel like, oh yeah, I'm really good friends with this creator, when the creator, they do just see you as their audience member. Sure, they more likely than not, they still see you as people, hopefully, but the reality is you are the audience. But it encourages this like weird relationship, right? But that's not the fans' fault. That's not the fandom fault. The fault of the fandom, I should say, because I think it's the institutions that encourage that sort of behavior, that basically say, oh, hey, you know, this is something that you should do. This is something that's very normal to do. When in reality, it's not really great to encourage this sort of parasocial behavior, right? So it's a bit of a difficult thing, and, you know, there's no easy fix to it, because it's just how internet culture has evolved over time. But I still don't think, I'm still of the like the philosophical argument that fans and fandom aren't inherently toxic. It's just they are like characterized as toxic, and so like, and those loud voices characterize those fandoms, or B, the parasocial behavior that they may otherwise resist as a person, because it is otherwise their job to resist it and not be parasocial freaks. It gets encouraged, you know, and so they end up doing those behaviors and stuff like that. There's a lot more stuttering in this, and I'll be honest, this take, I don't care how bad it is. I'm going to put up a banner and I'm just going to upload it. I don't care how bad it is. But yeah, it's a really difficult thing, to be honest. Yeah, I definitely have more to say about it, but all the thoughts are leaving my head right now, so I think I'll just end this off. 2 minutes less than what was before, so, thanks to anybody who watches this. I might upload this to my YouTube channel, as well. See you later. Bye.